Imagine if one day we humans were transformed as they do in the movies. How would we evolve? Would we enhance our strength or suppress our weaknesses? Could we create an entirely new species? For many, the possibilities are intriguing. But in reality, our transformations may not always work out in our favor. Living organisms have adapted over thousands of years to survive in harsh environments and the threat of disease. Today, we are exposed to hundreds of new chemicals with all sorts of useful applications. However, a few chemicals have been shown to cause damage to the environment, our DNA, and our health. Persistent organic pollutants, or POPs, are one such group of harmful chemicals found in most agricultural and industrial processes. They are called persistent because they do not easily degrade when exposed to sunlight or water. In fact, they typically stay around from anywhere between 10 and 100 years. POPs are fat-soluble, so they are easily absorbed in the fatty tissues of living organisms exposed to contaminated water and food sources. Without breaking down, POPs will simply build up over time or bioaccumulate within living organisms and effectively move up the food chain. POPs are mainly distributed through the air. They are taken up into the hydrocycle, transported by rivers and groundwater flows. Airborne POPs are eventually caught up in cloud formations and into toxic rain, often blown over areas far beyond their original sources. In fact, POPs have appeared in areas with no factories in sight, and even in Arctic polar bears. POPs can have a significant and toxic impact on biological systems and functions. Studies have linked POPs to thyroid and hormone disorders, immune system toxicity, occurrence of tumors and cancer, disorders in the reproductive system, reduced breast milk production, genetic abnormalities and mutations. Increasing evidence of the adverse effects of POPs on human health eventually convinced UN parties to take action globally. An intergovernmental task force was formed in 1995 to conduct an extensive study on the origins and effects of POPs. The Dirty Dozen included some dioxins and furans, and the study served as the basis for a draft treaty on POPs, aiming to reduce and eliminate the production and use of POPs worldwide. The treaty was approved at the UN Convention held in Stockholm in May of 2001. The Stockholm Convention covers 23 chemicals divided into 3 groups: banned chemicals with elimination targets, restricted use industrial chemicals, unintentionally released chemicals. Control of the first 2 groups has largely been achieved over the last decade. Eliminating unintentional POPs requires action on a much larger scale. The manufacturing industry is perhaps the largest contributor of unintentional POPs released into our environment today. Just about every industrial plant uses industrial boilers to generate heat and electricity. Heat from the fuel combustion creates high-pressure steam to spin a turbine and generate electricity. Incomplete fuel combustion occurs when there's not enough heat, oxygen, or time required for all of the fuel to react. The leftover fuel may partially break down and react with other contaminants to form dioxin and furans. These compounds are released into the air or into the waste stream. Factory waste is likely to have contaminants, so that when it is used as fuel, it may release even higher levels of dioxin and furans. For this reason, UNIDO has played a key role in circulating best practices and techniques which maximize boiler efficiency and reduce the use and emission of toxic chemicals. Together with UNIDO's support, industries around the world have achieved a significant and concrete reduction of dioxins and furan emissions. However, today's success is just the first step. UNIDO and the manufacturing sector must continue to collaborate to make future industry sustainable, to eliminate the threat posed by industrial chemicals like dioxins and furan.